What's correct, like it's your boy Broshmo, just in case you did not know. So we're back for another off season. We're gonna do the Houston Texans today. So if I were the GM, we're gonna go through free agency, do a mock draft, see what the starting lineup looks like at the end of the video. Keep in mind, I don't do trades, so if you're wondering why I released somebody, I'd probably prefer to trade them, depending on who it is, you know, and try to get some sort of asset back. As well as the starting lineups, they are based on essentially what packages they use most. You're not going to see your base 4-3 or 3-4 starting lineups. You're going to see actually who sees the field the most. So there's that. But go ahead and become a bro and subscribe. Leave a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. Got plenty of content on here for you to check out. And most importantly, let me know what you think in the comment section below. Remember, keep in mind, there's a lot of different ways we could go with this. I'm just going one route. Let me know what yours is. Let's have a discussion, because I know y'all are going to tear me apart in the comment section. So let's go ahead. Let's dive in. The Texans actually surprisingly have a lot of cap. 64 million. There are a few guys that I do want to pay. So I wanted to make a little room, so I had a few releases. Sean Gibson, he's a journeyman, he's all right. Got rid of a couple of guys that were really just depth pieces that really didn't see the field at all last year. And then Will Fuller probably being my most noteworthy, because I knew I really wanted to only hold on to either Kenny Stills and Will Fuller, and I went with the healthier option. So ideally probably try to trade Will Fuller, but don't do trades, so I released him. It actually freed up 10 million by himself. Going to the re-signings, I'm bringing back DJ Reader, giving him 4 years, 54 million. He was phenomenal. He was already a solid player, but last year was a true breakout season for him. And I want to keep this defense trending up. I want to bring guys that can not only be good run defenders, but can make an impact in the passing game, be good pass rushers. He was that last year. And also, I don't know if Mike Adams is going to retire, but I mean, cause dude's like pushing 38. So I decided to re-sign for 1 year, 1 million, because the safety prospects or the safety free agents, there's a few out there, but I didn't really want to pay out the butt for a safety. So let's go ahead. Let's go into the sign-ins. You guys I let go, actually. Bradley Roby, I didn't want to pay 11 million a year to keep him. That was probably the only one that was a really, really tough decision. But yeah, going into the sign-ins and free agency, we made a lot of moves. Most notably, Melvin Gordon, man. Picking him up, I think he'll probably come cheap because the running back position is a devalued position. So just getting him at 4 years, 28 million a year, I think is phenomenal. We also got Denard from the Bengals. He's been actually a really solid slot corner. So yeah, I went ahead and grabbed that. Got him 3 years, 27 million. Chris Harris, also, he's kind of just a placeholder for now until we can really develop maybe Lonnie Johnson or even Conley, who we grabbed from the Raiders, as well as Nelson Aguilar on a 1 year proven deal. And I think that just kind of fills out a very good looking receiving core thus far, because they also have a couple other guys who are actually pretty solid in Kiki QT. And who was the rookie they had last season? Oh, I feel like it's on the tip of my tongue. DeAndre Carter. There we go. And we could draft one later. Texans, they don't have a lot of picks, but I think with the free agent sign-ins, they're not huge contracts. So I think we did a good job. Let's go ahead. Let's get into the draft. I wanted to get a tight end, so maybe I'm probably going to focus one, because I know they got also Jordan Atkins would be the starter right now. I didn't bring back Fells, and I know it's not like he's all that great, but still, we could address it in the draft if we really want to. So let's go ahead and let's waka go and do that. Bam. All right, and the draft actually really tough. right? Because they don't have a first round pick. They have a second round pick. It's not like there's a lot of guys left on the board. There's a few interesting names. I mean, it would be grabbing a receiver be interesting, but it really came down to just two options for me: Cameron Dantzler and Netane Moody. Because then Zach Fulton, he's making a grip of money, and we can move him out. But I think I'd rather go with corner, which was something that they struggled with last year, mightily. So you could also grab safety. I like Ashton Davis here as well, but I think just helping I know that we addressed the corner position a ton, especially there's Lonnie Johnson still there. But keep in mind, a few of these guys are just kind of placeholders. Just getting a bunch of these guys and seeing what works. There's nothing wrong with that. Cameron Dantzler, I think, is good value here. He's very proven, very tested there in Mississippi State. So I'm gonna go with him, and then maybe snag a safety with our next pick. Or maybe even go interior. Might look at tight end. Like I said, the tight end class isn't great. Like even here, look at there's a couple of really good prospects still around. I would probably eye a Thaddeus Moss, better blocking. Probably the best blocking tight end in this draft class. But he's also got some pretty good athleticism as well. And that's a guy I feel like we could get a little later. Texans, you got a third rounder, right? Right? Man, I have a third rounder. Let's take a look at guard. Yeah, like these guys are still around. It's their pick. Kyle Duggar would be nice. So I'm considering that. I mean, I would love to snag these guys, but I might just hope that they're there early day 3. Do want to see best players left on the board. There's a lot of different guys. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go Kyle Duggar right now. So we've really addressed that secondary. I mean, honestly, with when Matthew left, it really left a hole in that secondary. So now we could really address other positions. And bam, already got a pick. Already our pick. Bryson Hopkins would be nice too. Oh. But man, those guards are still left. Like, I really like these guys. And I think Netane Moody in the 4th would be a steal. Let's take a look at interior. And you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna go with it. Netane Moody is a monster. He's very I don't think he's gonna be here realistically. So like Jonah Jackson and Damian Lewis might make sense. I don't know. I'm gonna go with Netane Moody. He is, for me, he could be groundbreaking. He's extremely strong, super athletic, just a great prospect, just with a checkered medical history. All right, so from here, man, it's legitimately best player available. Here we are with our pick. Dude, man. All right, good. A few of those guys got off the board. Let's take a look at receiver. Who's fallen? Maybe another running back. Antonio Gibson might not be. Well, I mean, they got Duke Johnson right now. Take a look. Trey Adams, interesting. Robert Hunter. It's always also good as well. Like, they don't have too many holes. Let's go ahead and just do the tight end. Man, Pickney. Oh gosh, how I loved you at the beginning of the year. I'm gonna go Thaddeus Moss. Because again, he helps tremendously as a blocker. He does have playmaking potential. He's not the fastest, but I should say he's not the most explosive. Like, he's got really good speed, but it just takes him a minute to get from 0 to 100. So at this point, again, I'm just taking best player available. I think we've really hit everything, at least I wanted to. So I wouldn't mind taking another corner if there's one available. Or safety in general, maybe another linebacker. Again, we're going with best available. Jack Driscoll, be a nice pick. Let's see, Bert Hill wouldn't be bad. Take a look at running backs. Zach Moss ain't gonna be here, so I'm gonna avoid that. Man, so many teams, so many like scouts and analysts are down on. Don't get it. Like, Cam Brown wouldn't be a bad pick either. Alex Highsmith be an interesting pick as well. The interior, Windsor wouldn't be too bad. Oh, I did say I did want to address receiver though, but yeah, a lot of the ones that I would really try to break the bank for are gone. I'd say break the bank, but like trade up for, you know. I mean, there's honestly no problem in trying to fortify the offensive line. James Prochet ain't bad. He's a good special teamer. Very interesting. Geno Stone's actually a guy I'm starting to come around to a little bit more. Let's see. Yeah, you know what? I don't mind double dipping at corner. Grab Lavert Hill. I don't mind double dipping at corner in this draft just because it's such a volatile position. So better to find guys that work. I mean, there's nothing wrong with depth. There's nothing wrong with being too good at one position. Any running backs? Kashawn Vaughn is gone. LaMichael Green, that ain't half bad. A lot of people think I'm down on him. It's not as high on him as most other people. Darius Anderson ain't bad. Like JJ Taylor wouldn't be bad. We do have Duke Johnson. It's not like it's a vital need, you know. Really, Gay Jr. ain't bad. Well, he ain't bad this late. I would much rather try to get some interior players. So Rob Windsor, hopefully, which he is left now, so I'll go ahead and take him. Telvin Agron. Ooh, that's a toughie. Because I think Windsor would be better fit in a 4-3. I'm gonna go Windsor. I'm gonna go Windsor. Oh man, I always feel like drafting for teams is so difficult. Travis Gibson, man, if he's available this late, that's kind of a steal. I think he did a lot to improve his stock at the Senior Bowl. Go ahead and grab him. Oh, Texans, you just got all the picks. Take a gander. I haven't really done anything with the receiver like I said I would. There's a couple of really good, like, worthwhile, like, shots we can take here. Like, like Jeff Thomas. Kind of already got a similar, like Juwan Johnson, honestly. I like Juwan Johnson. The guy is still developing. He's still gonna, like, he never really got a ton of playing time at Oregon. I think this year was his first real shot at starting, and still just that Oregon offense is so funky. It's a bunch of screens. It's kind of gimmicky. But I like our draft, especially Cameron Dantzler, Kyle Duggar, Tay Moody, Thaddeus Moss, Lavert Hill. Like, all I think can be immediate contributors. Robert Windsor could be a guy they rotate in. Overall, I think it's a really good draft. So let's take a look at what the starting lineup will look like for 2020. Starting with the offense, of course, Deshaun Watson, Melvin Gordon. Suddenly, it looks like they got a fierce running attack. DeAndre Hopkins, Kenny Stills. We got Nelson Aguilar. And keep in mind, still got Kiki QT as well. And Thaddeus Moss, I think we'll probably see the field more just because of his blocking capability over Jordan Atkins. And then the offensive line, I got kind of as is right now. Tay Moody could maybe take over for Zach Fulton, but I'm going to keep it what it was this past year. And then we're going to go to defense. And the defense, the secondary will definitely be interesting to keep an eye on if it improves at all. I mean, I like up front with Watt, Reader. They got Ominhu, a guy who I actually probably butchered the last name of, but a guy I wasn't high on coming out of Texas last season, and he definitely in the little small sample size we've got this year, played way better than I thought he would. Whitney Merciless. Oh, I love that last name. And then Zach Cunningham, we got McKinney. And then, like I said, the secondary, Chris Harris, Conley, Denard. Keep in mind, you still also have Dantzler and Lonnie Johnson. And then Justin Reed and Kyle Duggar with Mike Adams back there as well. The secondary should, in theory, improve. But we'll see. And that's it for the video. Go ahead to the YouTube thing. It's always much appreciated, much obliged. Let me know what you would do for the Texans this offseason. But as always, be easy, my friends. Later.